In a small village surrounded by cracked earth and silent fields lived a boy named Ion. His house was made of mud and tin sheets that rattled whenever the wind grew restless. Every morning before the sun rose, Ion woke to the sound of his mother coughing softly and his father tying worn sandals for another day of labor. Poverty was not something Ion read about. It was something he breathed, wore, and carried in his empty stomach. Ion's school was 3 kilometers away. He walked barefoot most days, dust clinging to his feet like a second skin. Many children in the village dropped out early, choosing work over books. Teachers were irregular, notebooks were shared, and dreams were often laughed at. But Ion carried a quiet fire inside him. He believed, without knowing why, that his life could be more than survival. At night, after helping his mother fetch water and finish chores, Ion studied under a flickering oil lamp. His books were old, pages torn, but he treated them like treasure. When the lamp ran out of oil, he memorized lessons in the dark, repeating words until they became part of him. Some nights hunger made his head spin, but he told himself, "This pain is temporary. Giving up is permanent." One day, during a village meeting, a traveling teacher spoke about scholarships for talented students from poor backgrounds. Most people ignored him. Ion listened like his life depended on it because it did. He went home and told his parents. His father looked at him silently, then placed a rough hand on Ion's shoulder and said, "We have nothing to give you except our prayers. But if you believe, go." Ion prepared harder than ever. He studied while grazing goats, while standing in long water lines, while others slept. Failure haunted him, but he used fear as fuel. On exam day, he walked into the town center with borrowed clothes and shaking hands. The questions were difficult, but he answered with calm determination, remembering every night of darkness he had studied through. Weeks later, a letter arrived. Ion had won the scholarship. Tears ran down his mother's face as she held the paper. His father stood taller that day. The village that once doubted him now whispered his name with pride. Years passed. Ion left the village to study, struggled again, failed sometimes, but never stopped. When he finally returned, he came not as a boy from a poor village, but as a man who built a school there. Standing before the children, Ion said, "I came from the same dust you stand on. Your circumstances do not decide your future. Your persistence does." And in that village, hope finally learned how to stay.